I remember this one time, ages ago, sitting in some clinic, staring at a Kandinsky print. The lines started twitching, like they were waking up, and suddenly I was dropping inward, free-falling into myself. Right before that, ID discovered a talent I never knew I had, screaming in someone else's voice. The corridor boomed back at me, the echo doubling the madness. I must have been yelling for 40 minutes straight, like Ivan the Terrible himself, and it felt absurdly easy, like ID just slipped into his skin. They shot me up with something I came to, and thought, damn, I've never been this high in my life. There was this psychiatrist, Smirnov, the kind that triggers aggression just by existing. They let me out for a half-hour walk. I stepped outside and immediately launched into it. Everything here is mine, still in that Ivan the Terrible register. Walked across the whole damn town until some military guy in civilian clothes, no doubt, dropped me clean. Later, in that same clinic, maybe from exhaustion, maybe from something else, I snapped. Ended up in some kind of solitary cell. White walls, lumps of dry paint, shadows forming little dots. And then all those dots started pulsing at once. The feeling was indescribable. Depending on how I turned my head, they flickered in some chaotic sequence. In that moment I thought, that's it, the end of the line. 20 years later, I've spent a whole year doing God knows what. Digging through mountains of junk any sane person would have thrown out. Scraps of paper, labels, trinkets, old shirts, new rags dragged out of the dark. Endless compositions, arrangements, layouts. All of it happening right on the edge of dropping dead. Even now I'm not sure what that year really was. Anyway, my path started with a text. They told me, write something to accompany the exhibition. I scribbled it in 20 minutes. About a shaman tossing bones and reading whatever pattern they fall into. Didn't even try hard. Figured, the Dutch will eat it up. Somehow that text started stalking me and turned into the core of everything I do. An insane number of experiments, drawings, poems, texts, videos, dances, the whole spectrum. But the best moments were always when everything aligned on its own. Sound, movement, paint, color, the whole cosmic orchestra tuning itself. Like that one year. I'm hammering a nail using tangled American suspenders, a Chinese flag, and plastic Hollywood teeth. Hammer it in during the day. Normal light, nothing special. Evening comes, lamps on. I look at the suspenders and the shadow behind the object. Boom, someone's face. Photorealistic. I've documented this kind of thing more times than I can count. And it all ranged from microscopic nonsense, a random scrap of text, anything, to hitting some universal rhythm deaden. A whole spectrum of states, emotions, from flat black emptiness to falling into the tiniest shadows, cast by old matches on heaps of junk ID collected and endlessly sorted. And always this sense of resistance, like reality pushing back. For almost a year I barely ate, freezing, drifting in some kind of fevered haze. There's always been this internal metronome, but I could never tune to it. Now everything's moving more or less in sync. At some point there's going to be a big bang. I can feel it coming. Could happen any moment. What comes after? No clue. But that's the whole point. If you know in advance, it's boring. This way something genuinely massive might drop out of nowhere.
أطلب من تحب نفسي طلبت فما وجدته أطلب من تحب نفسي طلبت فما وجدته وأطوف في المدينة في الأسواق في الشوارع فما وجدته نفسي طلبته فما وجدته. أطلب من تحب نفسي طلبته فما وجدته. وأطوف في المدينة في الأسواق في الشوارع فما وجدته فما وجدته. والشتاء مضى ومر والمطر مر وصلى. والشتاء مضى ومر والمطر مر وصلى. وأطوف في المدينة في الأسواق في الشوارع فما وجدته فما وجدته. ביקשתי ולא מצאתי. את שאהבה נפשי ביקשתי ולא מצאתי. הסובבה בעיר בשוק וברחובות ולא מצאתי.